Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's DARRYL here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, kind of a little different video today. Like I said, it's actually very early, and I didn't have any real videos that I wanted to download this morning. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I started my usual workout, doing my pull-ups. You can see the pull-up bar. There's the pull-up bar. And I was looking over here at my paintings, and I literally have hundreds of paintings in my closet in storage these are paintings that I haven't sold, that I haven't given away as gifts, that I haven't donated to charities, which I've done with most of my paintings. These are still good paintings. They just have been put in storage, and I've kind of forgotten about them. And I have no idea what's in there. Okay, so I started thinking about it. How about doing a video where me and you start going through the artwork and see what we have in there? And I'll call it DARRYL Comes Out of the Closet. I thought it was kind of humorous, but hey, let's give it a look. Let's see what we got in there. I have no idea what's in there, and I'll kind of explain if I can remember. I'll kind of explain to you guys what each painting is. All right, we probably won't get through them all, but this will be the first video. I'll see how it does. I get a lot of questions about my artwork. So let's see how this video does. So let's take a look. Okay. All right. Right here in front, this is a pastel. I actually posted this on the community page. This is the first painting that gave me the idea. These paintings have always done very well. I've called them shadow trees, and I have a method to do this. The thing I love about these particular paintings, I've got a bunch of them. I've got a big one here. I've got more of them in there. The thing I love about these paintings is the detail. You can actually see the bark on the trees, you know, and the grass and everything. It's very time consuming, and I'm not going to give away any secrets in this video, but maybe in the future I'll let you guys know how I do all those details. All right, let's keep looking. Here's another one. Like I said, these are my best sellers. I've sold paintings like this for $400. Actually, the ones I've sold for $400 usually have color. Like I sold one for $600 that was all orange. Like I just showed you guys that one was all green. Here's an abstract I just pulled out. And I just thought it was kind of funky and cool. There's all sorts of images in there. You can see faces. No, I'm not going to give away any secrets on that, how I do that one. All right. Oh, here's another one. I have literally hundreds of paintings all over the place. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go. I think I called this Essential Space, because it looks like space guts to me, like the stuff that space is made out of. Okay. Okay, here's one of my favorites. This is a big one. And you're looking up, like if you were in a forest and you looked up at the sky, and you know there was a hole in the trees where you could see up, you could see the sky, you know, so you could see all the trees as you're looking up, and there's a bird flying. Can you guys see it? The face? You see the face there? So I put a face in the sky. I don't know if that's God or some overseer, or if we're in a simulation. You know, we're actually living in a simulation, and that's the overseer or something like that. I don't know. Okay, here's some smaller ones. Sometimes I'm never sure if a painting's finished. You know, I'll start a painting, you know, like start doing the ocean, and then I get to a point, and I just like it the way it is, and I just stop. You know, I guess that's the artist's prerogative. There's another one. It reminds me of California, the sky, even though there's really not any palm trees. This one's nice. I've sold a lot of them like this, like the night sky. You got to get some. You can see the colors, the purple to the red to the orange. Another night sky. It's got a lot of detail too. The bark and the trees and everything. All right, let's see. Oh, here's another one of these shadow trees. Like I was saying, I sold a couple of these. Like I said, they usually went for a good $600. Here's an interesting one. I call this the corner. It's a street corner. Reminds me back when I was using. And it's got a lot of detail in it, like the neon sign in the window. You could actually see two people, two kids here. There's a taller one and a shorter one. And the graffiti on the walls. And putting the light showing down on the pavement was one of the harder parts of this. And then there's an apartment building in the background. You can see the windows, the tops of the roofs. That actually, there's a lot of intricate work in that one. I'm proud of this one. I call that street corner. Here's an interesting one. It's a face in the branches. And this came out really good because, here, check this out. Check out the eyebrow. The eyebrow is actually a bird. It's a bird's wings. See that? It actually, I didn't even plan that. That just came out really good. Like I said, I had no idea. I have no idea what's in that closet. So you're seeing these by surprise like I am. All right, here's another example of when I never know if one's finished. You know, I didn't know what to do with this. You know, I saw a sunset one night and it had, you know, all sorts of colors in the clouds. So I came up with this. It had a lot of pinks in it. So I did, you know, I like these colors, the pinks and the blues. And it got to this point and I really wasn't sure. Sometimes if you force yourself to continue with a painting, like, you know, there's times when I should just, like I told you guys, there's a point where I just call it quits, where I look at the painting and I say to myself, this painting is done. And that's what I did with this. A lot of times, if I force myself to continue going, if I say, oh, it's not done or it doesn't appear done, I'll ruin it. I'll totally ruin it. You know, I'll put something in there and then I'll, you know, I learned this once. When your gut tells you it's done, it's done. So it's done. All right. I did this one not too long ago. I had nothing. I'm not sure what I want to call it yet. Almost looks like you can see Venus flytraps in there. Maybe if you guys have a recommendation, any ideas what I could title it. Oh, here's an interesting one. And there's still hundreds more to go in here, so we're going to have to do more videos. This is the upside down woman. It's got a high gloss on it, so it might be hard to see with the light. And it's an upside down woman. And people ask me, oh, this is another one. This is my artist prerogative. I didn't, you know, it's just the woman. It's all black. She's upside down. You know, and people ask me, well, why is she upside down? You know, what are her feet on? And I, you know, I'm the artist. I get it, you know, it's up to me. And this is how I saw this painting. The upside down woman. It's one of my favorites. A lot of times my favorite paintings are the weird ones that nobody else really gets. You know, I noticed that. That's probably why a lot of these didn't sell or weren't donated. Okay, here's a good. This one actually was framed and the frame broke. It looks so good. It had a nice, beautiful wood frame. And it's just a black and white of the forest. All right. Let's see. Here's a weird one. I wanted to do like something to do with Native Americans. And I painted a face. Right? And I didn't know where I was going with this, and I still don't. And me and Audrey used to go to the seashore all the time. Audrey's my girlfriend, my last girlfriend that passed away from COVID on August 5th. I got her obituary right over there. Her stuff is still in this room, her flip-flops. Here's her flip-flops. We collect seashells, and I make seashell necklaces. So I got the idea to put holes in here and string the necklace through. See, that's a weird one that probably won't sell, but I like it. All right, let's look at some more. a dolphin. All right. Here's an abstract. This is one of my favorite abstracts. I call it in utero, because it reminds me of fetuses, you know. And this one, it was kind of hard to do if you look at all the detail on it. It's one of my favorite abstracts. All right, let's see. I'm almost at 10 minutes, I think, now. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to download this video, and I want to see how it does. And I still have hundreds more paintings to go through. And the best ones, the biggest and best, are still in there. And there's at least 100 more. So let me know if you want to check them out. Have a good Saturday.